welcome back to another video. Today, rumour has it Battlefield 4 will be getting an extra 8 brand new, well, slightly new game modes. So I'll go through the list real quick and then I'll explain them. Hopefully, if you've played Bad Company 2 or Battlefield 3, then you should be pretty familiar with these. But of course, there is some brand new ones, which we'll go into a bit later on. So first of all, we've got Tank Superiority, Gunmaster, Combat Mission, Squad Rush, Scavenger, Sport, Fireteam Survivor, and Onslaught. Now, first of all, starting with Tank Superiority, I'm not too happy to hear that coming back if it is true, but for those who don't know, it's basically air superiority just with tanks. Now in Battlefield 3 you had tank destroyers and main battle tanks, MBTs, but in Battlefield 4 we don't have tank destroyers, so it would be a little bit boring to have it back and just have MBTs in it. So whether or not Battlefield 4 plans to bring back tank destroyers, I don't personally know. Now, Gunmaster is where you start with a pistol and progress through the ranks until you get shotguns, machine guns, and in Battlefield 3 it ended with a knife kill. The only thing about Gunmaster I didn't like was when Rent-A-Server came along and people were given the opportunity to mess around with the settings, mess around with the gun list pretty much, so it could just be pistols, shotguns. I personally just preferred the original, but let's move on to the next one, which is Combat Mission. Now, Combat Mission in Medal of Honor 2010, I did play a little bit, but not so much in Warfighter. Apparently, in Warfighter, you have an attacking team, which has 3 bombs you have to plant at random locations to obviously win the game. And of course, the defending team, probably limited tickets, but in 2010, the Medal of Honor was absolutely amazing. So I'm slightly pleased that's coming back, if it is, and slightly unsure what it's going to be about, because of course it could be completely different to anything I've just said about Medal of Honor. Okay, so next up we have Scavenger and Squad Rush. These two, there's not really much I can say about them because we've already played them in Battlefield 3. But the thing I would like to say about Scavenger is I hope they implement something to actually keep us coming back, keep us wanting to play this game mode, because in Battlefield 3 there wasn't really much keeping us playing it. I think most people only played it to unlock the assignment anyhow, so it got boring and quite stale quite quickly. But I found it quite fun. It was something different from the original Battlefield, or at least Battlefield 3. Moving on to the next one, we have Sport. Now, Battlefield 4 has been trying to include esports in some way or another, but at this moment in time there's no description of sport at the moment. But as I mentioned, esports, could this be an esport game mode? We don't really know, but I have my theories if it isn't. So it could be a VIP sort of game mode where there's 2 teams. You got the attackers and you got the defenders. On the defenders team, 2 to 3 people are allocated as VIPs, and of course the attackers have to try and eliminate them. You could have a squads version, Squad Sport, where you got 4 teams and one entire squad is located as the VIPs. So you've got 4 VIPs. The other 3 could either work together or fight against each other to actually eliminate these targets as such. It could be limited lives, etc, etc. So I think that'd be quite fun, but either way I think it's most likely to be an esports sort of game mode. Now, next one is the Fireteam Survivor. This intrigues me quite a lot because Fireteam to me suggests 2 players, mainly because that's Medal of Honor Warfighters' way of saying squads. That's their squads. They have fire teams which consist of 2 people, you and your fireteam buddy. So could this be a 2-player co-op mode? I don't really know. It seems quite likely, or a 2-player, maybe 2v2 versus AIs. I'm not too sure at this moment, but what seems most likely to be the co-op mode is Onslaught. Now, in Bad Company 2, we got an Onslaught mode where 1 to 4 players, so you could play it by yourself, with a friend, or with completely random people. So 4 people go up against AIs, waves and waves and waves of AIs. Now, it wasn't just infantry, of course. We've got helicopters, tanks, boats, all AI controlled. So it was actually a lot of fun. But the problem was in Bad Company 2, it only had 4 maps. And of course they were multiplayer maps, but there was only 4 maps, so they didn't really add to this co-op mode. Possibly they might be bringing it back to Battlefield 4, again I'm not sure, but if they do I hope they actually support it, or maybe implement some kind of story behind it while you're there, while you're doing this, maybe like a co-op campaign, mini co-op campaign, that would be quite fun. But nonetheless, I'd like to hear your opinions and thoughts on all these game modes. What do you think of them? What do you think they could consist of? Please do leave it in the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and as always, until next time.